Come here, Maxwell. Welcome. Hi, my name is Kelly, and this is my dog, Maxwell. Maxwell, come. And he has a chicken that he carries around the house all day. Anyway, so a few minutes late, but we'll get started right away. I see that my sound is on. I'll check it real quick. Yeah, good. All right. So I'm going to put on some music. So if you have the ability to put on music, do that real quick. Just take 2 seconds to do that. Okay. I'm connected. All right, here we go. Okay, so I've created a great flow for you today, and we're going to emphasize core work. And you'll see what I mean later on that. Modify what you need to modify. Everyone has different levels of experience, and if you have an injury that you're taking care of, modify what you need to for that. So stick around for the whole practice, for the hour practice, and let's get started. Oh, you need to go out. I have to let him out. All right. You're going to take the chicken? Get your chicken. Get your chicken. No, I don't need this. Maxwell, I don't need this. Here. All right. So come to your mat. I have my mat situated so that I am perpendicular, or maybe you call it parallel, I don't know, to my camera. So you may have to orient your mat. Everybody just lie on your back and pull your knees in as I talk. You may want to reposition your mat so that it's more convenient. So everybody rotate your feet both the same direction on your back. Now rotate the other way. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and now rotate opposite, both at the same time but opposite direction, and now rotate the other way. All right, so now legs up, knees bent 90 degrees, and place your hands on your right on your belly, just below the navel, and tap your toes. Feel your abdominal muscles contracting as you tap, alternating. So warming up the core, just keep that tapping motion, and then let's change it to the exercise bicycle. So reaching your legs straight as you can, maybe more parallel to the floor. Maybe angle your feet up higher towards the ceiling. Lower back is more comfortable the higher your feet are. The more you open up that angle, you have to press your back into the floor. Do it 8 more times. And now bring your hands behind your ears, lift your shoulders up, and keep that motion. So now bicycling the legs with your shoulder blades up, elbows out, and then tip over to the left hip. So you're up on your left shoulder, and then center, and then tip over onto the right hip. So I'm balancing, pressing my elbow towards the floor and using my core, and then center. Do it again on the left. 3, 2, 1, and then center it up and go to the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then center. Great. Lower down all the way to the floor. Feet on the floor. Rock your knees from side to side. Then cross your ankles and roll up. Come onto your hands and your knees. All right? So scoot to the middle of your mat. Welcome, everyone. Let's move dynamically. So think of the movement in the class today as being the pose rather than getting to a pose and that being the focus. So the movement is the focus today. Press into your fingers. So I called it cross trainer 4 because it's in this. This is the 4th in the series that I've done, and it's just because we're repeating movement, and then flowing through yoga poses. So press into your hands, lift your right leg up, and extend it back straight. And you want to draw the inner thigh towards the ceiling. So your toes point down, set your knee down, and change sides. So left leg lifts up straight out behind you, and think from your head to your pelvis is a straight line. So think plumb line through your body. Toes pointing down, lifting the inner thigh towards the ceiling, then lower down. Now let's lift the arm and the leg at the same time. Set that down, lift the arm and the opposite arm and leg at the same time. Reach, and then set it down. Now reach and bring your knee in and tap your elbow. Do that 3 times. 2. 1 more. Hold. And then set it down. Other side. Extend the leg. Toes pointing down. Reaching the inner thigh towards the ceiling. Reach the opposite arm. Good. Now bring your elbow in and touch your knee. And reach. Press your foot into the floor. Keep your balance. 1 more. Good. Now set your hand down. Brief child's pose. So separate your knees. Press your hands into the floor. Lengthen your hips back towards your heels. Reach your arms. Then walk your hands over to the right. So stretching the left side body. And then walk your hands forward, stretching to the other side on the mat. Feel the right side stretch. And then walk it forward. All right, so now lift up. So you're on your knees. Reach your right leg up. And your left arm. And bring your left hand to the floor. Lower your right foot. Listen. Follow the instruction. Now you're going to go into 3-limb dog, left leg up. There you go. So 3-limb dog, left leg up. Then bring your left knee to the mat again. 3-limb dog, bird dog. Right leg, left arm. Set your left hand down, right foot down, left leg, 3-limb dog. So we're going to repeat that a few times. Left knee down. Right leg up, left arm. Set it down. Your right foot, lift the left leg, 3-limb dog. Let's simplify. Knee down, bird dog, left leg, 3-limb. Do it again. Knee down, bird dog, set it down, 3-limb dog. 1 more time. Knee down. Bird dog, reach. Hand down. And 3-limb. Good. Okay, so now set your knees down. Let's change sides. So you're going to reach your right arm and left leg, bird dog. Set your hand down. Tuck your left toes under. Right leg, 3-limb. Right knee down. Right arm, left leg, bird dog. Right hand down. 3-limb, right leg. Knee down, bird dog, reach. Put it down. 3 limb right. Let's do that 3 more times. So working your core, the hip, stabilizers, press, lift up, 3 limb right leg. 2 more. Bird dog, left leg, right arm, hand down, toes down, right leg, 3 limb. Knee down, reach, last time, 3 limb dog. Excellent work. Now you're just gonna step that right foot between your hands, coming right into crescent lunge. Reach your arms up. And then bring your hands to the floor on the inside of your foot. So you can walk this foot over, or the right foot over just a bit. Reach to the right arm up, twist. Don't let your knee drop out. Knee stays over your ankle. Now listen, reach the right arm under and touch your thigh and start to straighten your right leg. Okay, so then bend your knee again, reach the right arm up. Unfurling the arm, twist, bring that right arm down and reach back and touch your knee or your thigh. And look back at your leg when you do that. Inhale, reach up and bring it underneath and reach back. Touch, start to straighten the right leg. Doesn't have to be completely straight, but feel your hamstring lengthen there. Reach up, exhale, reach back. Do it again, reach up, and then exhale, reach underneath. Good, hand on the floor, lift up that right foot, downward facing dog. Let's go through a vinyasa. Shift forward, lower down, lift the chest up through cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift up your left leg. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side, repeating the movement. So coming into crescent lunge or high lunge, your heel stays up in the back. Reach your arms up, straighten the back, the right leg behind you. Knee in the front, over your ankle. So bring the hands on the inside of the foot, right there, and then reach your left arm up, and then reach it underneath, and then back. Look back at your foot behind you, keep your heel up, touch the knee or the thigh, and straighten your forward leg as you do that. Okay, so then reach up, twist, reach underneath, and touch the thigh and straighten the forward leg, and reach up, good. Reach underneath and touch, straighten. Again, lift and reach underneath. And one more time. Reach underneath and touch. Good. Place your hands on the floor, downward facing dog. Now come forward into plank. Inhale. So similar to the plumb line when you have your knees down. Same thing here. You're just in plank. Now lift your right foot. Stabilize your hips so your hip doesn't lower or the opposite hip doesn't dip. Set that foot down. Lift the opposite foot. There's your core muscles working. Set that down. Lift and hover. Set it down. Lift and hover. Good. One more time on each side. Lift and hover. And lower. Lift and hover. Good. Now tap your right knee on the floor and lower your hip. Touch. All right. And then lift up. We'll do the other side. So tap your knee down and then lower down to your hip. Good. Now lift up. So you're in plank. Tap and then lower. Hands on the floor. We'll do the other side. Tap the knee down first, then lower down. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Hand on the floor, lift. And one on each side again. So knee on the floor. Sit on your hip. Lift up your chest. There you go. Lift. Knee down. Tip the hip down. And then lower. Lift your chest. and place the hands. Great. Everyone child's pose. So knees on the floor. I want you to bring your hands off the mat, pressing into your elbows, and rotate at the wrist joint. Then rotate the other way. Coming to standing balancing. So walk your hands forward, lift up, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up, inhale. You can turn your toes out and bend your knee, opening up the pelvis, twisting three-limb dog. Then extend that leg, bring your right foot forward. Try not to use momentum, use your strength of your body, lifting up all the way, reaching up, crescent punt lunge, or high lunge. So straighten this back leg, your forward knee over your ankle. Then bring the arms to your sides. You can place your hands on your hips. So hold your hips and see that they're squared, knee over ankle. Step in if it's you can figure out if it's too long of a stride, but you want to have the back heel pointing up. So don't press back like that, right? You want to lift up. Okay, keep your balance. And then shift your chest forward. So strengthening the core by stabilizing the body as you lean forward, putting weight over the forward leg. And think, lifting up the inner thigh towards the ceiling back here. And so hold as you hinge forward this last time and lift up into warrior three. So leg up. Stabilize first. Reach that leg. You can bring the arms to your side, so palms facing in. Lower, bend your knee, and then lift up. Bend your knee. So a little glute and hip strengthening. One more. Set your foot down. Crescent pose or lunge. Inhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Hinge forward and put your elbow on the outside of your leg. Palms together. Now we're going to turn the opposite direction, so reach your arms up and set your heel down, reverse warrior, but straighten the forward leg. Get your balance. So that's quite a move. We're going to go back there again. So reach and lift your heel and twist. Very, very slowly. Inhale, lift, set your heel down, reverse. This is the last time. Bend your knee and twist. And we'll hold right here. Breathe. Beautiful. Place your hands on the floor. You're going to lift up the left leg and you're going to bring it behind the right heel. Set the leg on the floor. Okay, seated twist. So you're lower your hip down to the floor and place your foot on the floor. Pressing that foot into the floor flat. Your left knee bent, left heel over your right hip. Got that? And then your right foot is over on the outside of your left knee. So anyway, not overcomplicate things, all right? So don't overthink it. We're just going to turn to the right. So you're going to grab your leg and pull it into your body. Use that as leverage to turn. Your fingertips are behind your hip. So hug the leg in. And start to turn just slightly more as you exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. And then look forward. Nice work. Okay, so try to press into the leg that's underneath you. Just try. This is your balance and strength move. Lift up. Place your hands on the floor in front of your foot and your leg. Press into the right foot. Lift the left leg up. Standing split. So tip your head, your nose towards your knee. Lift the opposite leg up. Inhale. Straighten that leg. Relax your shoulders. Maybe you want to take a moment and try to balance. Straighten the right leg. And then the other hand, maybe for a little second. Or maybe 1, 2, Good. Now set your left foot down, hands on the floor, 3-limb dog. So stretch out that right leg. Needs it, right? Let's do the other side. Vinyasa between, if you'd like. Lower, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Turn your toes out. Bend your knee. Straighten your arms. Parallel the arms. Don't let the right elbow bend. Extend the leg straight. Step that left foot through. Balance coming up. Inhale, reach the arms up. So pull up from the lower part of your abdomen. So right there below the navel, straighten the back leg. Then grab your hips and you'll hinge forward. We're going to do that 3 times before lifting up into warrior 3. So think that right inner thigh lifting towards the ceiling, and then as you hinge forward, right there, lift up warrior 3, balance. So you don't have to worry about hinging forward too much. Just have that leg back strong. Then bend your left knee and then lift up. Do that again. Bend your knee and lift up. Strengthening this glute, hip, thigh. Excellent. Now set your foot down. Beautiful. Inhale, reach. Again, straighten the back leg. Twist. So hands at your heart. Turn your shoulders, knee over ankle, twisting lunge. Now we're going to turn to the other side. Remember that. Set your heel down, warrior 2, but straighten your forward leg reverse. Carefully reaching, lift your heel, and twist. So balance, coordination needed. Inhale, reach. Set your heel down. Warrior 2, reverse. Straighten the forward leg. Last time, lift your knee. Bring your right elbow over outside of your left leg. Knee over ankle. And turn and look up. Breathe. So it's kind of a conditioning class, yoga class. Hence the cross-training title. Excellent. Now, untwist, crescent pose. Reach your arms up. Excellent. Hands to the floor. Now you're going to lift your right leg up and bring your knee behind the opposite ankle, just like that. Kind of like a curtsy lunge. Put your shin on the floor. Then you're just going to bring your right hip down to the mat. So now you've put yourself in this twisting position, right? So I'll face you this time so you can see. So my right foot, I'll turn this way. So we're on the same side. Left foot on the floor, ankle beside knee. Then I've got to pick myself up and put myself down so I'm evened up on the floor. Bring your heel to your glute and stand, sit up tall. All right, so press your foot into the floor. Reach your arm around the leg and pull it into your body. Fingertips behind the hip. And then look over your shoulder. So you can even use your thumb right here and press that hip crease down. Feel the thigh and the hip lengthen down. And then put the fingertips behind the hip and look over your shoulder. Hand at your right here. If you want to, you can flip this around, getting a little more rotation. Breathe in. Breathe out. Then look forward towards the short edge of your mat. All right, so just try. Press into the leg underneath you. Lift, hands to the floor. You're going to press into your left foot. Lift the right leg up. Split, standing split. Tip the chin or the nose to your knee. Maybe your hands parallel your foot. Straighten that left leg, right leg up. Point your toes. Maybe you can grab behind the ankle, both hands. Excellent. Now set the right foot down. Plop. Left leg up. Straighten, bend and straighten. Feels super good. And now lower your leg, vinyasa. Shift and then lower. Lift up through. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Vashisthasana with support. So set your right knee down. Shift your leg out underneath you. Press your left foot on the floor. Inhale, reach up. Okay, from here, what you're going to do is you're going to come up onto your fingertips, lift your body up right there. Okay, and then reach up and over. So the first time, we'll just stretch that side. And then, again, place your hand on the floor slowly. If you have a block would be useful right here. Reach the arm up and over. Now this time, we're going to be a little more dynamic. Turn your foot and your knee and shift into a lunge position. So this is a great stretch for the inner thigh, the hip, right? So this leg is perpendicular to this leg. And then reach up and over. Foot flat on the floor first. Hand on the floor. Lift your leg. Got it? Okay, so set your foot down. Turn and shift your hips. Good. Hand on the floor. Lift up. Excellent. Now put your foot flat. Last time. Turn and reach. Hand on the floor. Lift your leg. And now shift forward, shift back, shift forward, shift back, and forward. Now put your foot on the floor. Flat. Reach the left arm up and over. There's your side plank. Good. Arm to the mat. Briefly, child's pose. Supported child's pose. Bring your knees together. Bring your glutes to your heels. Forehead to the mat. Sweep the arms to the sides of your legs. Turn your palms up. Walk your hands forward, lift up your head, and then we're going to go to Vashisthasana supported on the other side. So sweep your left leg in, so you're on your knees first in your hands, then sweep your leg in, bring this right leg out long, foot on the floor, and reach up. So the starting position. You can reach up and over the ear, but then you're going to start to reach, press into your foot, come up onto your fingertips, lift up, and just side stretch the other way. And then reach up and over the ear, lift your leg. Foot down, reach. This time bend your knee. Knee comes the same direction or goes the same direction as your toes. Reach the left arm up and over. Bring your hand down. We'll repeat that so you can get the pose right. Leg lifted. Set your foot down. Turn and then shift. Hand down, lift up, over the ear. Last time. Hand to the floor, lift up, reach up. Now forward and back with the foot. Abs contracted the whole time. Set your foot down, reach up and over your ear. Breathe. Inhale, reach. Place your hand on the floor. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, right leg up. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. If you want to flip this over. So you'll put your foot on the floor and lift up the right arm up and over. Exhale your right hand to the floor, right leg up. Place your foot between your hands, coming to warrior two. All the way up and over the rainbow. Right there. So your knee over ankle. And you want to press into your feet. So hug your legs in towards each other. But then soften, right? So you're hugging in, but then softening into the pose by relaxing your shoulders and your jaw. Beautiful. So knee over ankle in the front. Now reverse warrior. So we're going to balance from this side. We went into from lunge to warrior 3. So now from side angle, right there, straighten your sides. Reverse again. From side angle, you're going to go into half moon pose. So reach your arm, reach your arm. You can put your forearm here if you want to. Grab your left hip, then start to reach. Now you're going to slide your foot in and lift up. Just balance. So if your foot is collapsing in, you'll lose your balance. Just start to press into your foot fully, all 4 corners. Lift that leg up. Great. Now set your foot down. Triangle pose. Straighten your forward leg. Hand down towards your thigh or your shin or your block. Arm up and over your ear. Draw your shoulder back and look up. Bend your knee and then parallel your feet. Horse stance. So toes turned out. Bend your knees. Knees over ankles. Roll your shoulders back. Whoop. So your toes are out at an angle, not too much, but just enough to engage the inner thighs, but then draw your knees back. Reach your arms up and stretch overhead, but keep lowering your glutes. Reach those arms. Lower the glutes. Reach the arms. Lift the waistline. Good. Now we're going to turn to the other side of the mat. Arms to the side. Turn your right toes in. Left toes out. Bend. Warrior 2. So same thing we did on this side, we're going to do on this side. Look over your front hand first. Reverse warrior. Reverse. Feel that front body stretch. Here, you can just bend the side. But here, as you go into side angle, lower the body towards the forward thigh rather than bending. Reach up and over. Press into that back foot. Reverse. Good. And then side angle. You can put your hand right here. Bring your right hand or hand to your hip, that upper hip, and start to gaze forward. Reach the arm. Lift up. Straightening the leg as much as you can. So it's a half crescent pose. Don't bring your hand to the floor. Just reaching and balancing. Good. Set your foot down. Warrior 2. Reverse. And then straighten the forward leg, triangle pose. Hand to the floor, or to the shin, or to a block. Reach the arm up and over your ear. Right there. Good. Straighten the forward leg as much as you can. Maybe there's a slight bend, that's okay. But press into your feet. Arms straight beside your ear. Bend your knee. Warrior 2. Parallel your feet. Coming into a wide fold. So wide feet, press into the outside edge, lifting the inside arch, hands at your hips, fold forward, all the way to the floor, hands to the floor. Press into your hands and walk the hands underneath you. Turn your palms the opposite, or your fingers the opposite direction. Straighten your legs. Check your feet out. So you're pressing into the blade edge of your foot and lifting the arches of your feet, strengthening the bottom of your feet, the soles. Straighten your legs as you hold the position and pull yourself underneath. Think, draw in your abs below the navel. Then place the hands on the floor between your feet and bring the hands to the hips. Lift up. Turn your right heel in, facing where we came from. Back foot is at an angle. Now step in just a bit. So a good footprint. And this back foot is at an angle. Right foot is forward. Straighten the forward leg. Then grab your hips and square the hips to this short edge of the mat. Look forward, pyramid pose. So you're gonna forward fold over that leg and bring your hands down to blocks or the mat. Draw the right hip back, keep pressing into this right foot. And you can keep this knee just slightly bent, but try to straighten it. We're gonna reach the right arm up for a revolved triangle. So reach up and up and up, opening the shoulder, and then lower down. We'll repeat that. Lift up, and then lower. Do it again, reach up, and you can watch your arm with your gaze as you reach up. Hand should be flat on a block or on the floor. One more time. Exhale. Now place your hand on the floor, lift your left heel, bring that right leg up and back, 3-limb dog. And then lower. Left leg up, lift, inhale, turn your toes out, and then bend your knee. Good. Now if you want to, flip this over. Say, put the foot on the floor, press into the hand, the foot, reach up and over your ear. And then exhale, hand to the floor, lift your leg up again, 3-limb dog. Now step your left foot through to your hands. Shoulders relaxed, lift your head and reach up your hips and step your right foot in a bit and straighten your forward leg. Square the hips to the front of your mat, right? Shoulders back, pull in your front ribs. And now fold forward, press into the forward foot, and your back foot is the anchor. Lower down, stop halfway. Use blocks or the floor, bring your hands down, lower your head towards that forward knee. Draw back your left hip, roll under the glute, bring the right hand on the inside of your left foot, and bring it out wide so you keep your balance. Reach the left arm up, and then lower. Straighten the left leg, reach up, and then lower. Good. Do it again. Reach up, and then lower. One more time. And lower. Hands on the mat. Bend your forward knee. Step your right leg back. 3-limb dog. Straighten and bend. Give that leg a break. And set your foot down, walk your feet to the middle of the mat. Wide feet. Turn your toes out. Feet are out at an angle. Coming to Malasana, our yogi stretch. Yogi squat. Elbows on the inside of your knees. Here, I'll just turn for a moment. Since I'm always facing that way, so feet on the floor, right here. Elbows on the inside of your knees, looking forward. If you're up here, that's okay. This is a great strengthener. If you've got your heels up, strengthening your ankles. If your heels are down, strengthening your glutes, stretching the hips, move around. So go from one foot, weight from one foot to the other foot. Reach your arms forward so you stretch the arms between the legs. So one knee on one side underneath the arm and then left knee underneath the left arm. Squeeze the knees in. Lift up your hips. Look forward. Crow pose or crane pose. So you'll lift your right foot up, just test it out. And left foot, test it out. Maybe you need to change where your hands are. I'm going to change where my hands are just a bit. While you're making that change, make a rotation at your wrist joint. Opening that up, right? Bicycle move or bicycle throttle. And then make a rotation. Motorcycle. Did I say bicycle? Motorcycle. Hands on the floor. All right, so now round your back like a cat And get your knees behind your upper outer arms. Then lean your weight forward, look forward, lift your feet up off the floor. And when you're ready, set your feet down and then fold. So straighten your legs, tip the head over. Let's stand. Hands to your hips, lift all the way up. Reach up overhead. Then exhale, your hands to your heart. Nice to stand. Turn your feet, toes out. Sink down. Malasana. Elbows on the inside of your knees, all right? And then you're gonna bring your hands to the floor. And again, practice crow pose or crane pose. Bakasana, press into the hands. You wanna round your back, lift your knees into the upper outer arms, squeeze in, hug in, looking forward, lift your feet. Point your toes. Set your feet down, fold, hands to your hips, lift up, reach up. So we're gonna do that 2 more times. Hands to your heart, toes turned out, lower down, knees go the same direction as your toes. Place your hands on the floor, look forward, round your back, lift the knees up, into the armpits, shift forward, weight forward, press into your fingertips, lift your toes. Set your feet down and fold. Hands to your hips with a flat back, lift up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Toes turned out, bend your knees, last time. Elbows on the insides of your knees. Not overthinking it, hands to the mat, lift up around the back, and then pull your toes in towards each other, fingertips on the floor. Beautiful, set your feet down, and then you're gonna sit behind your heels. Good, exhale, legs straight out, away from you. Reach for your toes. Can you grab your toes, flattening your back? Nice work. Bridge pose. Turn myself around so I can see the clock. Grab behind your hamstrings and lower down all the way to the mat. Reach your arms overhead. Sweep the arms over. Place your palms on the floor and lift your hips up. And now reach and lower the hips. Reach the arms to your sides and lift the hips. Do that again. So touch just lightly and then reach over. So have your arms, the back of your hands, touch the floor overhead. As your glutes or the back touches the floor, abs in, and then sweep. Knees pointing straight up. Don't let your knees rock out or rock in. Lift. Let's do that 3 more times. Lift and sweep. Lower. Again, lift and sweep. And then lower. 1 more time. And hold. So draw your right shoulder under and your left shoulder under your body. Clasp your hands underneath you. Press the edge of the hands into the floor. Back of the head on the floor. Lift up higher. Bridge pose. Unclasp your hands and lower down and just stay for a moment. Put your hands on your belly. Close your eyes. Take it in. We're going to do that 3 times. Option for the next 2 times. So we've done it once. We're going to do 2 more times. Option to come into will pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana. So first, just separate your blades. Don't contemplate. Just be for a moment, be in your body. Don't judge whether or not you can or can't, or how. Just take a moment. All right, open your eyes, bring your heels close to your glutes, knees pointing up. You don't want to let your knees drop out whenever you come up, nor come in. So knees pointing straight up, and you're actually press into the big toe side of the foot. Don't dump into the arches, but just press into that side so that your inner thigh muscles are being used. All right, so that'll support your lower back. So coming into will pose, you'll bring your hands over your shoulders, fingertips pointing towards your shoulders. Come into bridge pose if that's your preference, and you hug your elbows in, right? Press into your fingers and the palms. You'll lift to the crown of the head and then lift all the way up. Straighten the arms. And then tuck the chin, put the back of the head on the floor, and lower down. And just extend the legs out straight. Arms out to the side. We'll do it one more time in about a minute. Just take a minute. Again, bridge pose or will pose, your choice. So you'll slide your feet, heels towards your glutes. And you actually widen your feet a bit. And the other thing is parallel your feet. So don't turn your toes out. That can tend to happen once you lift up, but try to maintain your feet being parallel. All right, so bring your hands over your shoulders, fingertips pointing towards your shoulders. Hug your elbows in. As you exhale, come to the crown of the head and then press up. Then tuck your chin, put the back of your head on the floor and lower down. And wiggle yourself to a place on the mat that's comfortable. And let's finish on the mat, stretching your legs. All right, so relieve the wrists. Make a rotation. And then rotate the other way. Put your palms together. Or put the back of the hands together. Like this. And then you're going to circle around. Fingertips pointing towards your face. All right, so the thumbs, one's near the other, or one on top of the other. Now circle around. Fingers are pointing straight up. Palm, the back of your hands together. And then rotate, fingertips pointing towards your face. And then twist the other way. One more time. And release. Bring your right knee into your chest. Lift up your left leg. Place your ankle on your knee. Supine pigeon pose. Grab your right foot. Press your right hand into the inside of your right knee, like that. Flex your feet. Relax the shoulders. And you can kind of rock from side to side, just gently. And then grab your hamstring with your right hand and then your left hand. So behind the knee and pull the leg in. Press the right knee away. Get a deeper stretch in the hip. Rocking from side to side. And then grab your right foot with your right hand. Bring the knee towards the outside of the shoulder. Grab your left foot. Happy baby. Rocking, rocking. And then place the left ankle on the right knee. From there, Reach the hands around and grab the hamstring, pull it in, press the knee away, flex your feet, relax the shoulders and your jaw. You can rock from side to side if you need some movement, feel fidgety, but then hold it still for just a moment. And now grab your left foot with your left hand, pull the knee to the outside of the shoulder, and then the right leg, right foot, right hand, knee to the outside of the shoulder, happy baby. Extend out the left leg, bring your right knee in, right knee across to the left. Reach the right arm over to the right and look over to the right. Maybe you want to extend the leg straight and then bend and then straighten and bend. And then maybe hold it straight and keep your shoulder on the floor. Bring your foot to the floor. Softening into the pose, relax. Then bend your knee, bring that leg out and around. One direction, and then go the opposite direction. Good, now set your leg out straight on the floor and bring the left knee in, pull it in. And extend the left leg, left arm out, left knee across to the right. Hand at the outside of your knee and look over to the left. You have accomplished a lot today already. Think about that for you, for your body. Extend the leg straight and then bend. Be proud of yourself for taking the time this morning to do the live session of the class. And if you stayed the whole time, thank you. That's the hardest part probably on video. So reach the foot maybe all the way to the floor with your shoulder on the floor. Breathing in and out. Coming to supine Gomukhasana. So settle your lower back onto the floor. Bring your legs in and extend up straight. Reach your legs out wide like a V and flex your feet. Now bring your right leg in front of the left. You can cross it the shins or the thighs, preferably the thighs. And then bend your knees. And then hold your shins or your ankles or the outside edge of your feet. Outside of the hip stretch. Supine Gomukhasana or cow face pose. And now release your feet. Let's change sides. So open up and then cross the left in front of the right. Bend your knees, reach and pull just slightly. Maybe you have to lift your head to reach for your foot, but then set your foot down or your head on the floor. Flex your feet. Beautiful. Now, let your legs go, place them on the floor, rock your knees side to side, and as you do that, wiggle your feet out to the edge of the mat or to lengthening the legs, and bring one heel to one corner, the other heel to the other corner. Turn your palms up. 1 minute of Shavasana. So lift your shoulders up and set them down evenly. Back of the head should be comfortable on the floor. And relax the shoulders and arms and take it in. Everything that we've done in class, all that movement, the repetition, the strength, creating suppleness in the body and flexibility, mobility in the joints, and movement. in different directions. As if you're kind of looking down at yourself or looking over your body. Observe from the top of the head, the crown, down the forehead, down the cheeks, observing down the neck to your shoulders, your right arm, your left arm, down the chest, the belly, the hips, down your right leg, all the way down to your heel and your toes, to your left leg, to your heel and your toes. Proprioception. Start to move your fingers and wiggle your toes. Place your feet on the floor. Rock your knees over to the side and keep rolling, and then push up to a seated position and sit comfortably. Bring your hands together. Close your eyes. Take a deep, energizing breath in. And then fully exhale it out and let it go. Bring the edge of the hands to the forehead and then to the heart. And thanks and gratitude. The light in me honors the light in you. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Namaste. Thank you so much for participating in the live event of Yoga Fit. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again. Be in touch. Thank you.